right. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever it is.
It's morning.
It's brunch, as you will. It is in between lunch and it is in between breakfast.
No, it's not. It's morning. It's breakfast.
Well, it's 10:36. That would be brunch.
No, brunch is at lunchtime.
No, it's brunch.
Watch the Trevinos argue about the definition of brunch. Hi, welcome.
Breakfast, lunch.
Okay.
In between breakfast, in
Okay.
between lunch.
Actually,
that makes brunch.
I think you're right.
Am I right, Rick?
I think you're right. You're right.
You're right.
I like the fact that 2 episodes ago it was called Start a Fight, and Rick was supposed to start it. Bro, we start fights on our own. We don't need your help. We start our shit on our own. But am I right? Am I right for brunch?
You're right. Did you just want me to have to say you're right again? You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Thank you very much. You try to be all Mrs. Freaking I know everything. Well, guess what? If anybody should know about brunch, it should be you. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good brunch.
Good morning.
Very excited. We definitely missed Rick last week. Rick, we definitely missed you. Were there any questions as you were editing the last podcast?
He's like, leave me alone. I don't watch it. I just put it on.
What was the last podcast?
See, I told you.
No. Give me a second. Let me go with
last week was, God, what was
We
last
actually
week?
had a serious conversation last week, I think. Last week we talked about, because you started the podcast talking about Delilah, and I was like,
that was
wait a
my
minute.
therapy session. Get over it.
That was your therapy session.
Remember I go, here, let me give you therapy in 30 seconds or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
We talked about sharing about our children publicly.
The Return to the Beginning is the name of the episode.
Oh, that sounds
So
very
it was
serious.
probably talking about Addison.
Oh, yes, and we talked about
and
Addison.
performing there and like.
Yes, returning to your home club.
Yes, and then I gave everybody advice on how to do their own therapy on themselves. It's called the get over it method. Quit crying method.
Yeah, I got a lot of comments on that one.
What are your comments?
Did people comment on it?
It was very much like all you have to do is love your kids. Here's the thing: you can love too much. Like I think I've loved my kids too much that they're pretty incapable of doing anything on their own.
Oh, look, I've said that too. I said that too in that episode where I go, no matter what, right? Your kids could have what you think is a perfect childhood, and they're still going to be fucked up.
There will still be things to overcome. Don't say that.
I want to be there at their therapy session. My dad, I'm like, nah, stop. Everybody's perception is different, and everybody's scale as to, it's funny to me that.
Well, some people have more feelings than others. Like you have way more feelings than I do.
Oh, I know I do. I know that you might not have any feelings at all. Zero fucking feelings.
So that affects things too.
Well, no, but like I always find it funny because Garrett will be like, Dad, you're yelling at me. And I'm like, dude, like I'm so far from yelling.
Yeah.
Like I raised my voice. Even if I talk to him in a serious tone, he's like, dude.
But not just Garrett. People are like that. Lots of people are like that with you. And you're like, I'm not yelling. And it's like,
I'm not even mad. Oh, Steve's mad. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Next one, Rick.
That was the big takeaway for me was the parenting, because I was just sitting there listening and be like, yeah, I'm that parent.
I tend to be very hard on Garrett, especially when it comes to.
And then not on Delilah at all.
Well, people,
Two very different parenting
I give Garrett a lot of responsibility, and people freak out. Like, we get to the ranch, and I get out of my truck, and I open the gate, and Garrett drives the truck. And people are like, your 10-year-old's going to drive your truck? And I'm like, yeah. And I'll jump in the back of the truck, and I'll ride in the back, and he'll drive me to camp. And people are just like, he's 10. I'm like, well, you should have been here when he was 8 doing it. Because, I give Garrett a lot of responsibility and a lot of, he had a friend over that was.
But Garrett also happens to be the kind of kid that you can give a lot of responsibility to. And then when you give it to him and he makes a mistake.
Or is he the kind of kid because I gave him lots of responsibility?
Or
is he the kind of kid that can take a lot of responsibility because I gave him a lot of responsibility?
I don't know.
Is it the chicken or the egg? I don't know.
What would 10-year-old Delilah do with a lot of responsibility? Girlfriend would go run amok, I think.
Dude, Delilah's already doing her own thing. Delilah's already on her freaking go-kart doing drifts and hanging out on her little tractor. Like, she's fine. She'll be all over it too. I give her a lot of responsibility too. Renee's a
No,
more.
you do not give her responsibility, girlfriend. We'll come home from after school activities and we've got swim clothes and soccer bag and food that we ate all in my car. She just walks out of the car. Meanwhile, I'm like a pack mule with everything. Hey, Delilah, can I get a little help? No.
She's 5.
Back in the house.
Garrett was the same. You have to add stuff as you go, but yes.
Girlfriend can carry her Happy Meal into the house.
Oh my God, I'm glad you're saying all this, dude. Yes, Renee, you can carry your Happy Meal into the house. Yes, you can pack the luggage in the car by yourself. Yes, you can do things
a lot
on
by
your
myself
own.
when you were gone.
When I'm gone.
Yeah, because you're not here, so I do it.
But when I'm here, she's like, hey, bitch, let's go. Let's go. Do my shit. Pick it up. I don't want to carry that. I don't want to do that. I have to finish my hair. You put all this stuff in the.
You're here. Can you do something?
Wow. We're not even going to start. See, we're starting a fight without you, Rick. We don't need you to start a fight. We will start a fight. We'll start talking about who does what. Go ahead, Rick.
By the way, I have 5 questions based on last week's thing. I totally forgot that I did this until I pulled up the questions, but while I was listening, I wrote down questions.
See, he did listen, Renee. Either that or he went to ChatGPT and said, had I listened to this episode, what questions would I have?
The AI Lord wants to know, do you... So you talked about saving your voice. Do you have to do anything to save your voice since you talk so much on stage?
I have to make sure that the monitors are nice and high. If the monitors are not high and I can't really hear myself, I lose my voice. So I've already learned that.
Why is that? I know that because you've told me that before, but I don't understand the science behind it.
Because I think that I have to project. I think that they're not hearing me.
So you push harder
I
than
push
you need
harder
to.
than I need to.
Okay.
And I'll lose my voice. For example, if I host a music event, they don't use monitors. They have inner ears. So I have no monitors at all. And by the end of hosting a live event for music, my voice is gone. Completely gone.
All the monitor does is bring your sound back to you, right? It's
I
got
can
your
hear
sound
myself.
toward you.
So number one, I got to make sure that the monitor is right. So that's one of the only times if I know I'm doing a lot of shows like Ontario or Dallas, for example, I go over there and I actually do a sound check, like a real sound check, where I make sure that the monitor is loud enough. I also try not to talk a lot in the green room, and when I'm home in the hotel, I try not to use my voice as much as possible, because what people don't realize is that speaking is more detrimental to your vocal cords than singing.
Is it really?
Yes.
I've never heard that before.
Yep. And I know that because of a musician friend. But no, Rick, I really try to stay hydrated. Hydration helps.
I know. I always try to get you to drink like that throat coat tea, because that really helps when I'm sick. But you like,
I think that throat coat's bullshit. I think they just called it that so they could sell it, right? Same like Tito's. Tito's was like, we're gluten free. Bitch, all vodka's gluten free. Stop, Tito's. You're just selling that shit. But no, I've learned tricks over the years, and by learning hard lessons, how to take care of my voice.
Yeah.
So I make sure that, and I'll get there, I'll smash a bottle of water. Then I want to wake up because I've been up all day. I'll drink a Red Bull, and then I drink another bottle of water on stage. And then in between shows, I'll drink another bottle of water. So I'll drink, for 2 shows that night, I'll probably drink 5 or 6 waters. And that's probably the most waters I drink all week, is knowing that I have to hydrate to make sure that my voice is well taken care of. And I hate when I lose my voice or I'm struggling, because I just can't. I can't deliver my jokes in my show like I really want to. The inflections in my voice go away. I can't do high pitched voices. I can't do your voice like I want to. Which, by the way, somebody on Wedding Wednesday goes, "Oh my God, you do her voice perfectly."
No, they did not.
Your impression of her is perfect.
No, it is not.
So
go ahead, next.
Okay, so since you worked the door, were there any comedians that surprised you early on? That you didn't think they were funny until you saw them live, or just their personality, or how nice they were, anything like that?
It was so much fun. I'm glad you brought that up. It was so much fun to see these guys that I had never heard of come through and I would go, oh my gosh, dude, that guy's super funny. Right? Like there's a guy named Don McMillan, and Don McMillan is a
Is he still around, Don
oh
McMillan?
yeah. He's an engineer. They call him Don McMillions because he is the king of corporate events, because he is an ex engineer turned comedian, and he does these bits on slideshows like he does like charts and jokes on charts, and
Because he knows the corporate world so well.
yeah, and it's just a great show.
Do you know him, Rick? Have you heard of him?
Yeah, he was on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Okay.
He's incredible. And just super great guy. The other thing too was like watching all the middle acts that were middles when I was a door guy, right? Like Ralphie.
Seeing the ones that came up.
Yeah,
that's
like
cool.
Ralphie May was a middle act. Bert Kreischer was a middle act when I was working the door. Bobby Lee was a middle act when I was working the door. A lot of those guys were middle acts, and you kind of as a door guy hang out with them way more.
Did that help when you moved to LA? Because then you sort of had not necessarily a relationship with them, but like an introduction.
I had a relationship with them, and I knew them, and they knew me, and I knew them. And then a lot of them were like really happy for me. We're like, "Oh man, good for you, dude! You moved." But yeah, I mean, Rick, I remember watching Henry Cho for the first time, and if you don't know who Henry Cho is, another guy that does corporate events, super clean, but he is a Korean dude that has a Tennessee Southern accent, right? So he walks on stage looking very Korean, and he talks like this. And you're just like, oh, this is an act. Like, there's no fucking way. But that's his accent, because he grew up around a bunch of white people, and rednecks and Southern people, and he's extremely, extremely funny. So those are the guys that surprised me. Very disappointed in some of them that were just nasty. Made me sad. They were mean. They were jerks.
Yeah.
They weren't very nice. And a lot of times, sometimes it was.
Were they completely different on stage?
Oh, yeah.
Like a completely different persona on stage?
And to me, like one of the biggest stars, in my opinion, that came through there when I was there was John Witherspoon. God rest his soul. And John Witherspoon, here's a little fast fact about John Witherspoon. He started his career off as a male model.
A male model?
And I
want to see his male model photos.
If you look at young John Witherspoon, very, very debonair looking dude. I would say like he was one of the bigger stars that was coming through. Sweetest guy in the absolute world. No entourage. No, he would come by himself, and I would take the pictures for him. And I mean, he was just, there he is. Look.
Oh yeah, look at him. Yes, I guess debonair is the right word to describe him. I wasn't sure if you were using the correct adjective.
Pull up a bigger picture so that Renae can see.
Because I'm so blind.
Yeah.
Make it massive on the screen, please, Rick. No, I see him. Yeah, I totally see it.
Yeah, he.
A young John Witherspoon.
You would never think but he also he was such a pro. We had Jimmy J.J. Walker come through, and he basically said if somebody else dynamite, they need to be kicked out.
Why?
Because he was not going to do dynamite. Look, there he is, Renae.
I saw
you see
him.
it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Right? You would never guess that's the dad from Friday.
That's the same person, yeah.
Who are we talking about? Jimmy J.J. Walker. He refused. He goes, if somebody says dynamite, kick him out. Like, I don't want him in here. And as the sound guy, I would have to go, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming to watch Jimmy J.J. Walker. He will not be doing dynamite tonight. He will not say it. If you say dynamite out loud, you will be kicked out.
Oh.
Right?
Which, doesn't that automatically set a tone in the room already?
Well, people were bummed.
Was it off-putting?
People were so bummed because they're like, I came to hear him go, dynamite, right? But when it comes to John Witherspoon, he would walk on stage and do all his lines out the gate.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So then what's the move? Do you tell the audience, hey, I'll give it to you at the end?
Well, if you're JJ Walker, why not walk on stage and just go, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here, Dynamite," and then go on by tracks. You know, and
Yeah.
like Lawrence Fishburne, I remember doing a radio interview, and he told them, "You are not allowed to bring up Pee-wee's Playhouse. You cannot bring up Pee-wee's Playhouse."
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know.
Who cares? I think it's worse when you say you can't do something. I think if somebody goes, "Hey, weren't you on Pee-wee's Playhouse?" Man, I was. I had a great time doing it, but right now I'm in the Matrix, and I'd like to talk about that. Problem solved. Dude, John Witherspoon would walk on stage and go, bang, 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 bang. Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, eating up all the food. I mean, he would do, you know, his famous line from the movie Boomerang, "You got to coordinate." You got to like, dude, he would come out and he would do every famous line from the movies, and then it was over. Everybody laughed. Everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
And then he would go into his act, you know. But that's what I mean about him being such a pro. You know, such a, you know, like, give the audience what they want. You know why they're here to see you. It's like Jimmy J.J. Walker, dude. They're here to see you do Dynamite.
Yeah.
Freaking do it. And then he wonders why he doesn't have a career anymore. Nobody goes to see him anymore. Because years of, well, I'm not going to get what I want. You know?
But it's hard because you've talked about, too, you're ready to film the set you have now because you want to do a new act. Like, you get sick of doing the same act. It's not creatively fulfilling to you anymore.
But I don't get sick of saying Captain Evil. Right? I don't necessarily, you know, have a joke for it. Per se, you know.
Sure you do. You say, "I'm a fucked up superhero. Anytime you're having too much fun, I will show up." I know the joke.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't mind like selling Captain Evil merch. I don't mind having that as a moniker.
Yeah.
I usually add it in a line in almost every show because I know that people love it and it's a brand, you know. So I don't mind doing that. But it's like Bert Kreischer having to take off his shirt.
Yeah.
Every time, right? Like at some point, you know, are people going to get upset that he doesn't take off his shirt? And you got to make that decision.
Yeah.
Right? And I think you take off your shirt and then you go, yeah, and then you put it back on and you go on, right? And do a bit about it, right? Like, sorry guys, I'm almost 60. I think it's time to put the shirt back on and then do a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Jimmy J.J. Walker, I mean, Dynamite was such a huge, you don't remember.
I don't know I was going to say, I don't know the reference.
From Good Times.
I don't know the reference.
You also don't know, and God rest his soul, we lost a nerd today from Revenge of the Nerds. And he passed away. And that movie shaped my childhood.
Are we watching Revenge of the Nerds tonight? Is that the plan?
Probably the first boobies I had seen on TV.
I don't know why the word boobies makes me
also
laugh.
the first hair pie. First hair pie that I saw. You have no idea on the reference.
And hair pie.
Hair pie. What the fuck's a frush?
Okay, so now we gotta watch Revenge of the Nerds. I feel like I need to know.
That's what's wild, dude. Like when you think about Revenge of the Nerds, you think about Porky's, you think about all these comedies from back then. None of that is okay.
They were so raunchy.
Well, in Revenge of the Nerds, they break in. He's
Rick
already
chuckled.
laughing. They break in. Was that your first time to see boobies, Rick? Was Revenge of the Nerds?
Yeah.
I can feel Rick like turning red right now.
No, because
little Rick.
That movie came out and HBO was coming out. So like that was kind of for one of the first movies that your parents didn't know was going to be coming on at freaking midnight.
Gotcha.
You know, on HBO. But at one point they break into the sorority, okay, and do a panty raid, steal all their panties. But they also leave cameras in the shower and everywhere, and then these nerds sit around pee-pee tommying on all the girls.
Oh yeah.
So that's
that doesn't fly anymore.
Not okay.
Yeah, it does not fly.
Then at the end of the movie, the cheerleader's boyfriend is dressed like Darth Vader. Right? And then the other nerd is dressed like Darth Vader. She thinks her boyfriend is this Darth Vader, not him. She pulls him into a room. They have sex, and then he takes off his mask, that it's not him.
Uh-huh.
And then she just goes, "Ooh, you fucked me better." So there's total like rape, basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In this movie, like none of that shit would fly now. Like none of it.
Now I want to see it just as like not having seen it before, how I feel about it now in this day and age.
It's got to well, and then the dude that plays his best friend, the other nerd. There's two main nerds. The other guy went on to ER, and went on to be in Top Gun. He was Tom Cruise's co-pilot. Married to Meg Ryan. Remember in the movie?
Yeah.
He was one of the Revenge of the Nerds guys. The other one that went on to have a big career was Booger, of all people. He played Booger in the movie, and he went on to have a big career.
Okay, question, Rick. Are you watching Revenge of the Nerds with your kids this week?
Oh, not with the kids. For sure, no.
There's no way, dude. Like I'm not like.
How old were you when you watched it?
I was probably Garrett's age.
How old were you, Rick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Around
10?
Garrett's age, yeah.
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 But you should not have been watching it as a 10-year-old.
Oh, all that hair pie?
It was not made for 10-year-olds.
All that hair pie?
I come from a trailer trash family, so that was on. My dad was watching it with us, so
That kind of yeah. But Porky's would not fly in this day and age. Like, the funny part about Revenge of the Nerds is the message was great. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Right? The jocks come in, they pick on the nerds. The nerds pick themselves up and end up beating the jocks. And then at the end of the movie, the great speech where he goes, "If you've ever been picked on, pushed around, maybe you're a nerd too." And then the whole campus like comes in and like, "Oh, I've been picked on too." And
we're all nerds. We love nerds.
Definitely a David versus Goliath. Definitely a what's the other word I'm looking for here? Like at the end, it had a good feel good ending.
Yeah.
Right. Even though it was very racist and.
How did Rick's question take us to Revenge of the Nerds?
I just wanted to make sure I give him an RIP. That
gotcha.
movie shaped a lot of our childhoods.
A lot of your inappropriate childhoods?
Yeah. You wonder why we were savages. Maybe it's because of Revenge of the Nerds. But he went on to do some other stuff, right, Rick?
The guy that died?
Yeah.
Let me check.
I think he did. I think he ended up on a sitcom where he played a dad.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. But dude, I didn't even know this. I remember as a kid, Revenge of the Nerds was huge. Then they did Revenge of the Nerds 2. Right? And then they did Nerds in Paradise. And then there's like 5 others. I had no idea. How many nerds are there? How many Revenge of the Nerds? That's a good question.
Did each one have progressively more hair pie?
Yeah, there's 5.
Whoa.
There's 5 Revenge of the Nerds.
Whoa.
The original Revenge of the Nerds. Nerds 2. Was I wrong? Nerds in Paradise? Hit the switch. I remember that line.
Okay. What's your next question, Rick?
Robert Carradine?
Yeah, he's the one that passed.
Yeah, he was in Escape from L.A., Lindsay McGuire.
Holy crap, dude. Speaking of, Henry Cho was in one of the Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, wow.
He was Steve Toyota.
How funny. How random and funny. You never knew that. Never connected those dots. That's funny.
That's wild. Nerds! Here's all the actors that were in it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then, Stan Gable kind of went from there to Married with Children, right?
Yeah.
He had a career. Booger had a career. I just like I don't know how or why our generation, Rick, we all saw that movie. I don't think there's anybody our generation that was able to get past seeing that movie. I think we
because they went on to make 5 of them. So eventually, by 3 or 4, you're like, oh, maybe I should watch the first one.
Yeah, maybe.
I think there's probably 5 classic movies everyone's seen. Porky's, Revenge of the Nerds, Nightmare on Elm Street. Did you see that?
Yep, of course.
Yeah, Police Academy.
Oh yeah, police academies were great, dude.
Great. And then Coming to America.
Yeah, yep. Police Academy, I forgot about those, man. Those were Bobcat Goldthwait and
Coming to America is the only one I've seen.
I remember hearing that the sergeant in Police Academy was basically the drama teacher at Texas State right here. Yeah.
Oh.
And everybody would talk about it. They're like, dude, it's so and so from Police Academy.
Some inside knowledge. Okay, what was Rick's next question? I want to know.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Okay, last week you guys talked about highs and lows, like when you get on the stage, how high it is, and then when you get off, how low. Renae, since you've traveled with them, have you seen that? Like as soon as he gets off, as soon as you guys go back to the hotel room, is there a change in personality?
Not a change in personality. I see more the wind down process and how it is a process. It's not a flipping of the switch. A lot of times when we're traveling, like in Dallas, he's like, I'll just get on the road and drive because I'm going to be amped up anyway. I'm not going to be able to sleep. But I've seen you come back to the hotel room to be with us if you don't stay and have a drink to wind down or whatever. And it does. You're on your phone or you're watching TV or you struggle to go to sleep.
It's very it's a high, man. I mean, there's adrenaline and you're I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. Pure science, like just the rush of adrenaline to then come down like, from that.
I've never sneezed on stage, ever. You know, when I'm sick and I walk on stage, I don't feel as sick or not sick at all.
Yeah, you told me that.
If my back pain is high that day, right when I walk on stage, there's no back pain. You know, I mean, there's just it's showtime. You know, and you get into that mode, and it's when you pop off that first joke and people laugh and you go, all right. Because there's times where I'm just like, fuck, man. Like,
well, Sunday in Dallas to have done that many shows and then have to go and do a 4:00 show on Sunday after you did 3 on Saturday.
Sunday, I'm completely out of it. I don't want to walk on stage. I'm tired. I'm annoyed. I always call Sunday sad zone. Sunday's the sad zone. And I'm like, oh, I'm in the sad zone, and I just want to go home, and I just want to be home. But I got 3 shows tonight. How the fuck am I going to get through them? Then I walk on stage, and that first pop, and I'm like, all right. And now I know why I'm here, right? And then to see the audience have fun and to see the audience laugh and to enjoy it, and then I get enjoyment out of them enjoying it, and then boom, there I go.
It's the roller coaster.
And even when I drove home, you know, we left at midnight. We weren't going to get here until 4:30 in the morning. I could have driven the entire drive home. Yeah. And I was wide awake, just, you know, and Kyle actually fell asleep while I was driving, and he was able to fall asleep. He's like, bro, I'm exhausted. Like we've done a lot of shows. So, but for me, I'm so amped up and I'm just like, let's go. What are we doing? What's next? Like I'm awake. Let's, you know, so it's very real. Do you get the same feeling, Rick, when you're in it, when you're directing, when you're producing?
No, not really, because when I go back, especially when it's multi-day shoots, you go and you're working afterwards. You're figuring out the next day, and then your memory just replays. What do we miss? What do we got to get? Like, do you have that? Like, when you go back to the hotel room, where you're like, oh, I should have said it like this, or are you replaying your set at all?
Not until I'm working with Brian and we're trying to get it perfect. Like,
then you're thinking about it nonstop.
Then I'm nonstop. Like, I got to get this right. I got to get this right. I got to get this right. I got to say this. I got to do this order. Then I'm really, really thinking about it. Until then, I'm just kind of like, oh, well, my thing is, did I do my best? The only time I get upset with myself is when I felt like I was off. I didn't do my best.
You didn't give them the show they deserved.
I didn't give them the show they deserved. I wasn't my best for them. Those are the times that I'm hard on myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Or when it's things you can't control, like the sound is bad, and you're like, they had to sit through a show with bad sound. you know?
Yeah, things like that. Well, again, concern for the audience.
Yeah.
Right? I'm very concerned for the audience. And if I let them down or I feel like I let them down or something happened, whether it was me not being the best I could be or the club, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, can guys, give me a do-over. Like, give me another one. I promise you. And again, and I don't know if we've talked about it, that is why comedy is struggling right now. We had a big insurgent of where everybody wanted to go see comedy, but because of the internet, there's guys that got famous on the internet. They go on tour. People go, oh, I want to go see them.
Right.
They go see them, and it is a shitty show.
Well, because 2 minutes in a funny viral TikTok clip does not translate to an hour of listening to someone stand on stage. They're completely different things.
Correct.
And I think...
But then are you going to go spend your money again? Right? You spent $50 a ticket. You and your husband or your wife or your friend went out. You paid for parking. You struggled through the crowd. You spent another $150 on drinks and food and beverage. And then you got a shit show.
Yeah.
You're going, I don't want to go see Steve Trevino.
It's hard though. It's a tricky time because what those people are doing on TikTok is funny. There's a place for it. But even in like now people are making short form comedies, you know? And it's tough because they're funny too in their own right. They're just different things. What do you consider comedy? It's interesting.
There's a whole generation of comedians that think it's more they put more emphasis on let me say my feelings and my point of view versus making you laugh. Right? And if you're going to a comedy show, my number one priority is to make you laugh.
Yeah.
That is number one priority. How hard can I make you laugh? And within that, can I deliver a message? These new generations, like, can I deliver a message? I don't care if you laugh or not. And that's a big issue, right? I want to talk about this. Scared the shit out of me. Saturday second show in San Jose.
Oh.
We had a guy that legitimately thought that I thought he might die in the audience. And all of a sudden, second row, this dude is there and he's like passed out, but like almost like sleep apnea, right? And I go, and I could see the wife like hitting him, like, hey, dummy, like you fell asleep, you're snoring. And then after she nudged him for several times and for like almost a minute, he was not responding to her.
Yeah.
So then I stopped and I go, are you, thank God it was at the end of the show. I go, are you okay? Is everything okay? And she's
Did
like,
he wake up or you asked her if she was okay?
I go, is he okay? And she goes, I don't know. Like you could tell like she was like
starting to panic.
So then everybody stops. Now keep in mind, this is still happening, right? Everybody stops and I go, are you okay? Oh my God, can you wake him up? There's a few minutes of her going, I don't know if he's okay, trying to wake him up. Then the crowd around him started going, oh no, this is not okay. Like everybody started going, this is not okay.
Yeah.
And then his head gets thrown back and his arm does this and he's like, and then
seizing?
Well, one woman goes, he's seizing, right? So then I'm like, is there a doctor? Is there a nurse? Is there somebody that can come over here?
Was there anyone in the audience who had medical training?
So now all this has happened. It's still happening, right? Then a nurse and a doctor come over. I'm a doctor. I'm a nurse. Like everybody move back. Like let me look at him. He finally comes out of it. But just think about that for a minute. From me watching her for a good 30 seconds to a minute.
The amount of time that's
to me stopping, to me going, is he okay? To people then getting the feeling of, okay, he's not okay. To then having enough time for a doctor and a nurse to come over. He's still not up. And then he's doing that crazy thing. They finally wake him up. And he's just kind of like out of it. I'm like, hey, buddy, are you okay? And he can't really answer me. He's just kind of. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, you know, and I said, and then I go, everybody's here for you. And everybody was like, yeah, like we're all here. Like, Show's already over. I'm already doing the like, hey, you know, any questions, kind of hanging out.
You're already at that point.
Yeah, I already sold merch. Like I was just hanging out. Paramedics got there very quickly, very, very quickly. And I go, you know what? I go, we just have to stop the show. Like, you know, thank you, good night. Like, I've already given you guys an hour and a half. Like,
yeah.
When I walk out, they have him backstage, and he's back there. And again, you could tell he was alert, he was awake, he was answering questions, but he just wasn't all there yet. They asked me to leave. The paramedics are like, you know, like we need to clear everybody out of here. I said, okay. Apparently, according to the manager, it happened to him 2 more times. Well, first they said, look, we think we should take you in. Like, he kept saying no. He stood up and he went back to sleep and started doing that again. And it happened 2 more times. And then finally the wife's like, I don't care. We need to go to the doctor. Like,
yeah.
But it was freaking scary, you know? And it made me think of.
Did they send you a message? Have you heard? Like, is he okay? Did they find out anything? Or?
I haven't heard yet. Very scary. And I have done shows where people have died. Like older people have died in the show.
Have you really?
Oh, yeah. I did one in Dallas where the guy, paramedics came, he had a heart attack and died. But it was one of those situations where it was in the middle of the show. There was ruckus in the back. They took him out, right? We continued the show because it wasn't one of those like everybody's attention was kind of, everybody was just like.
The rest of the audience didn't know what was going on.
Nobody really knew what was going on. And then come to find out that he did die. We had a woman in Fort Lauderdale, thought she was going into labor. Nope, I just made her piss herself.
Okay, that's completely different.
There's that one. But I mean, it was really scary, and a young guy. I mean, he wasn't that old.
Yeah.
But you, in my opinion, you could not pass it off as sleep apnea.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's good he went to the Kansas City, go to the hospital.
So I would love to, if you're out there, I'd love to find out if he's okay. Renae and I will add you guys to our prayers, but it was scary.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, I mean, if I were to guess, he was probably maybe 40, you know, maybe.
Yeah.
Very scary. All right. Next question, Rick.
Well, to the going to the bathroom peeing, as you said, do you ever have to pee on stage?
Every once in a while at the end of the show when I'm like, as soon as I'm done performing and I'm just hanging out, like I'll feel a pee and I'm like, oh crap, I got to pee. But while I'm performing, doing my show, never.
No? I'm trying to think. I feel like, didn't you run off? There hasn't been any time that you've run off the stage?
At the end, when I'm like, hey, we're just hanging out. I'm going to go pee, hang out my opening act. I'll be right back.
I feel like I've at least seen an instance where like, they're calling you up on stage and you hadn't had a chance to go to the restroom yet because you were distracted in the green room.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're
I'll
like,
try to pee before I walk on stage, you know.
I need to pee.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I did shit myself once. But I was trying to fart on the manager and I was an opening act. So I only had to be on stage with shit running into my boot for like 15 minutes. So there's that one.
That is so gross. That is so gross.
It was not a good push. Let me just say that. I was trying to force a fart, and it did not go well for me. Next question.
Did you have clean clothes? What did you do?
Well, luckily the
I
hotel
don't know
was.
why I'm asking questions. I don't really
I was
want
an
to know.
opening act
I
back
don't
then.
really want to know.
Thank God I didn't have to do an hour. Next question, Rick.
All right. Everyone at their job? There's something they hate. What's one thing you hate about being a comedian?
Hate's a very strong word, but if I were to pick anything, it's just leaving my family. You know,
that's too easy.
But that's the only thing I hate. I mean, I love.
But like TSA or getting your
luggage.
luggage.
I hate TSA. I hate airports.
He's so grumpy.
I've had the privilege, thanks to Encore Jets, to fly private. And God, if I could fly private, that would be life changing. If I could fly private every single weekend, where you walk in, you get on your plane, you leave, and I could leave at night. Saturday nights I hate that. I hate Saturday nights. Because after I get off stage, I can't wind down. I'm usually going to the airport by 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah. And I have to leave sometimes at 3:30 in the morning. And that's a miserable night.
You say that. What I want to know is, what does it take for a guy to get concierge key? Mostly
I don't
so that
know.
his wife can have it also. I really want to know.
I can't believe I don't have concierge key
That's what I mean.
with American. Like, I have flown 1.2 million miles with.
But I feel like that would help if you had
I
that.
always buy first class, and I don't have concierge key. What's going on, American
You
Airlines?
probably got to have the credit card.
And I have a cousin who married somebody that was an executive at American, and that fucker didn't give it to me. But I don't know. Dude, I hate the airport. I hate TSA, especially Austin TSA. They are the biggest dicks, and they are arrogant.
I bet they're gonna love seeing you come through now.
But there's some that are great that like they know me and they're like, "Hey, Steve," like they're nice. But for the most part, like I'll see that, you know how they run like through the machine and they have to X-ray, and they're over there just talking. Like you're waiting for your shit, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't know," and I took Tuesday off, and I'm just like, "Can you give a fuck? Can you please give a fuck?" And they don't give a fuck, and it drives me crazy. But that's the hardest part is the traveling, being away from my kids, and the airports.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, if I'm flying private, then if I have shows on Friday, anywhere in the country is pretty fast. So I can leave at like noon on Friday.
Yeah.
I can get there right at showtime. I can perform Friday, have casino Friday, wake up, do Saturday night, and then Saturday night, get on the plane, and instead of that miserable night of me just staying awake and trying to fall asleep and then going to the airport, wake up in my home, that would change my life considerably. That's why I think Eric and Jen so much when they fly us Encore jets. When they fly us, like, not only are they amazing to hang out with and they bring a good energy and we laugh and have a good time, that always makes it fun, but the ability to like fly private is life-changing.
Game changer.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's what I hate, Rick.
Renae, what about you?
What do I hate about him being a comedian?
Yeah, like when you go with him on the road, is there something like, oh, I hate when we get to the theater early or something? Or is there something, or is it?
It's which I think it's being a mom, no matter where you are, whether you're doing it with a comedian or whether you're doing it with anyone else. The traveling as a family and balancing the kids' needs and sleep and food with Steve's needs and sleep and food. That's the hard, tricky part, is to make everybody happy when your needs are oftentimes, because of what you're doing and working at night, very different than the kids. And that gets easier as they get older, and I know that.
But I will say that there is, and I know we've talked about this on the podcast, there is something really special that we're all confined in a hotel room.
Yeah.
You know, because here at the house, you know, the kids can, like, we can literally be in this house, not see each other, not talk to each other.
Yeah.
Right? Where Garrett's playing video games in the playroom, Delilah's doing her
Entertaining
artwork,
herself, yeah.
and then Renee's in this room trying to avoid me, and then but there is something special, and I think that's why, like, when you grow up in a small home, you know, me and my sister Victoria were very, very close.
I was gonna say our kids are close.
You know,
even though they're not close in age, they're still close.
And I think that has to do with the fact that we trap them in a hotel room sometimes.
Yeah.
And we're together and on top of each other. And
I always say I'm a little sad. Like, now our family can function in one hotel room with one bathroom. Like you said, we don't need a lot of space. But as the kids get older, that's going to get trickier too.
I also think it's funny because Renae kind of rolls her eyes every time, because as soon as we get in the hotel room, as soon as the bags make it in there, it's body slam. And then me, Garrett, and Delilah literally tear up the hotel room. Like, we're throwing each other, we're jumping from bed to bed, we're tackling each other, we're flipping mattresses, we're like,
mine, it's always interesting to see what the kids say when we open the room, like their response to the room that we're in.
Well, yeah, nowadays these little bougie little shits, they'll walk into a room and be like, well, this is a small one. And it's like a freaking Marriott, like a nice hotel, and they're like, well, do they have room service?
Yeah, kids love room service. Garrett loves room service.
But the shows in San Jose were great. And the shitty part is, remember last time they canceled the shows. This was a makeup show.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So the manager was like, please come back. He's like, Steve, I'm sorry. You were here last time. We had to shut the club down. You're here this time. Somebody almost dies. Like, I mean, at least, so Gabriel, I didn't know this. Gabe Iglesias was there the week before me. With Sean Latham. And then I had Sean Latham. I didn't know that.
Oh, so they had Sean 2 weeks in a row.
Dude, somebody got stabbed or shot outside that club. Like last week, the week before I got there.
That they shut it. It's like a pedestrian walkway, right? Do they shut that?
Yeah, there's
street
all these
down,
like little nightclubs, and then apparently same night some dude was dying because his girlfriend sliced his stomach open.
What'd he do?
Dang. Well, they said he had a lot of guts.
Yeah, you just gotta.
But Rick, we definitely missed you, and I liked last week's podcast. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I think Renae and I kind of, I think if I remember correctly, last week was just kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
Right, Rick, or no?
It was.
It was, and I like that. I kind of like going from topic to topic. But you said, it's a good podcast if I comment while I'm editing it, and I purposely didn't so that to see if it would stress you guys out.
Yeah. What you said you had 5 questions. How many of those have we gone through?
Most of them. The last one is, do you have a rider? And can you explain what a rider is for those that do not know?
A rider is what I want in the green room, my requests. And I do have a rider. And because I like because I like my Crown, I need a bottle of Crown because I'm going to have a drink. And then I asked for a bottle of Tito's because I like to entertain. And I know that a lot of people like to have a vodka, Tito's, and cranberry. I asked for the setups. And then I asked for a 12-pack of Dos Equis, again, to entertain. So
Is
people,
Fiji waters on your rider?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there's usually Fiji waters.
Yep.
And then I was like, I know your rider. It's got Tums on it.
Yep, some
because you
Tums.
usually have some sort of something happening. And then is your Skull Snus on your rider?
You're not supposed to know that.
I'm not supposed to know that it's on your rider. I wish
yes.
it wasn't on your rider.
And then I usually, like, if it's a theater show, I ask for a tray of sandwiches and like a veggie plate.
There's a fruit and veggie tray.
And sometimes we eat it, sometimes we don't. It usually comes in handy after the show when we're hungry and we just want to grab something to go. But I try to keep my rider very, very simple, and I try to keep it easy.
I know you do, but you know what sucks about riders, Rick, that people don't realize is like you don't. When we have you, me, and the kids, or when it's like a Dallas or it's someplace where you have a lot of guests, what stinks about the writers is you don't want to ask for a lot of things as an artist because that's who you are and you don't want to complicate it. And then we hate to like leave a venue and we've left an unopened fruit and veggie tray that they asked them to get for us. But at the same time, then if it's not in the writer and we show up and we've been running from one thing to the next and like we need those little nibbles, then to ask for them after the fact sometimes turns into a thing, and you're like,
that's why it's kind of like an insurance policy. If like we just need snacks or something to eat really quickly, it's there. But I try to keep it simple. I try not to be difficult.
Yeah.
However, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, because of the way I've been treated, to go, you know what? Fuck you guys. You know what? Give me the Crown 18. I don't want the regular Crown. Yeah. I don't want a Tito's. I know you can grab the Crown from the bar. I know you can grab the Tito's from the bar, and I know other artists are like, I want a bottle of 1942 every show. And then you start to realize, Rick, that, that's why these artists do it because they're at a point where they're like, you know what, fuck you guys.
But also, what I'm saying is you might not realize this because you're on stage and I'm the one seeing it all go down, is that like, if you didn't have that bottle of Crown on your rider, and then some of these venues, because of the way they're run or their policies or whatever, if I then go say, hey, Steve would really mentioned he wants a drink after the show. Can someone get him a bottle of Crown? And then they're like, well, after the fact, we have to go through catering, or, we have to go through this bar over here in this part of the casino or whatever. And that bottle's going to cost you $400 for a bottle of Crown. And I'm like, really? For someone to go down to the store and get it? So it's like, what you don't realize is then if it isn't in your rider, then it turns into, sometimes turn into a whole thing after the fact.
So I try to keep it humble and I try to keep it simple and I try not to be that guy. But lately, if I'm being honest with you, sometimes I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Maybe I need to be that guy.
Yeah.
because I'm nice all the time and people aren't nice back. And it makes me go, well, if you're not going to be nice back, then I'm not going to be nice.
You know what's cool about now NFR and Vegas and MGM? You've played that casino several years, and the people who work there, the staff at that casino, it's a lot of the same people. So we see those same faces over and over again.
At a casino, my rider also includes a private craps table.
But also they've realized, hey, these things are not going to be in Steve's rider because he doesn't want to be a diva and he doesn't want to ask for all of these things, but he's going to have a lot of guests and he's going to want it for them. So like little by little, every year they've learned like, okay, he's going to want these things to take care of the people.
It's more so I love to entertain. Yeah. And I love when people come backstage. If you come to my backstage in Vegas, I will be your bartender. I will make you a drink. I love it. I enjoy it. And that's the cool part about Vegas. Like, by the time I turn around, all the sandwiches are gone, all the nibbles are gone, and everybody was able to have a little snack and hang out. And I got everybody a drink. And I just love entertaining. I love making people feel special. I love being a part of it. And it's funny because people go, "Oh, Steve, it's your show. You don't have to bartend." And I'm like, "No, please let me. I enjoy."
You would feel uncomfortable if you weren't the one standing back behind the bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I when you hear these, I used to go, why do they need a limo? And now I'm like, oh, I know why they need a limo, because they're tired and they're busy and they've run from press to this, to that. They need to be comfortable. They need to get to the back because it's tiring. Oh, why do they need to say the green M&Ms? Right? And you realize that, and they always say, you know the story behind the green M&Ms?
No, what's the story behind the green M&Ms?
They threw in a very specific detail to make sure that they read the writer. It wasn't about, I only want green M&Ms. It was,
Are you reading this part of the contract?
Did you actually read my writer and actually get me what I want? Yeah. So apparently, it got to the point where they're like, hey, we keep asking for stuff and you're not giving us our stuff. So let me put in just green M&Ms and we'll really find out how detailed and how good you are to the artist, right? Is that the true story, Rick?
It is. That's what I've heard, at least.
Yeah, it was a detail thing, not a bougie thing, not I only eat green M&Ms.
Right.
It was, are you going to get this right? And a band's even harder, right? Because you've got 5 dudes, 6 dudes, you've got crew, you've got all these people that you need to take care of, and you don't want to hear the crew coming to you going, well, they didn't feed us. Or they didn't bring it, and you're just like, really? I don't need to deal with this shit. That's why I asked for it, and now I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and for us, it's like sometimes you're traveling with us, sometimes we're not. We're not with you. And these contracts, when the contract is signed, the writer is sent like well in advance. And so your needs are different depending on whether or not you have your bougie wife and children with you.
This is going to be the most bougie fucking episode. Me and my private jets and my writer.
No, because there's really not anything on your writer.
There is, but not much.
Yeah.
Compared. Yeah, just so people understand. Comparatively, what I asked for is nowhere. There are comedians that ask for a pair of Air Force Ones for every single show. There are comedians that ask for a bottle of 1942 for every single show. There are comedians that ask for a full spread of sushi for every single night that they're there.
Yeah.
There are comedians that ask for outlandish, crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I don't.
No. I think that when Delilah was little, it would be like, it was just a logistical thing because sometimes you're rushing from the airport to get to the venue or whatever. And she had her weird milk, dairy allergies we were trying to figure out. And I was like, can someone just please make sure we have a bottle of Ripple milk, to take back to the hotel with us or something, things like that.
Well, that's the other thing too, to make life easier, right? Like for me, I asked for the snus because that's a little detail where I'm like, I don't want to have to stop at the store to get my tobacco when I can get to the club or the theater and my shit's already there. Yeah. And that's just that one little extra detail where I'm like, crap, I only got 1 can. I got a whole weekend to get through. I don't want to also have to stop at a 7-Eleven to get that little thing when I just know it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
I just think about that. They probably were like, why does Steve need Ripple milk?
Okay, Rick, you get your writer and your own writer. What would the one thing be that you would absolutely have to have for yourself?
I like this question.
Probably Balcones whiskey. Do you get to take the alcohol home afterwards?
Yes. That's why when we have parties at Easter, I have a full bar.
But also, we end up giving a lot of them away. Like Delilah's School Gala does a liquor wagon. A lot of times we'll get hit up. Someone's doing a liquor raffle or a liquor wagon kind of a thing for a fundraiser. And we're always like, yes, we have bottles to donate.
My niece's friend got married who I knew her from forever. And she got married. And I go, dude, I will give you 10 bottles of Crown and 10 bottles of Tito's for your wedding. And she was like, oh my God, really? Like that was huge, for her wedding.
Yeah.
So stuff like that where I'm just like, hey man, you can, we put it to good use. Somebody cuts the yard. I go, hey man, take a bottle of Crown. Wow, really? I'm like, well, there's 40 of them there. But lately, Rick, I've been into the scotches. I've been drinking scotch more.
Well, Rick got you that bottle of Balcones, and you really liked it.
Oh, I feel so bad. I smashed it. Like it was so damn good, Rick. Holy crap, dude! It was so delicious. And I'm not a big Balcones fan, but that one was freaking delicious. Is Balcones your number one now?
It is, yeah.
We should do a whole whiskey episode. I'd love to have like a whiskey expert, bourbon whiskey expert.
I always felt bad because on Johnny, when Johnny would open for you and on tour with you, and his writer, he loves Kim
Well,
Crawford.
He doesn't get a writer. I added his stuff to the writer because he was such a pain in the fucking ass.
But his was Sauvignon Blanc. He liked Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc, which I will actually drink too. And there's no wine on your writer, and that's what I prefer to drink. So then I come around the weeks that I'm there and I drink Johnny's
when
writer.
he looks forward to Renae coming on the road. When he's like, oh, Renee's coming? Oh, we'll share a bottle. I'm like, oh, God, Johnny, really, dude? And Renae, what would your number one thing for a writer be?
What would be on probably the Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc, so I don't have to take Johnny's. No, I don't know. What would be on my writer? I get hangry, so probably like food.
Yeah.
Mine would definitely be food. But not sandwich tray. I don't want to show up in your green room and I'm like, oh, your sandwich tray's sad. I want food.
Well, sometimes that's what's cool too. Sometimes they'll go find like a badass deli and come with like badass, and you're like, oh man, I'll eat this.
That's my food. Good food.
And
a good salad, a good chopped salad.
And sometimes like I can have Kyle call ahead and tell them, scratch the sandwiches, but can you order from this place?
Yes.
And they'll order, from...
Mine would be food. And when you're traveling on the road, it's hard to get like green, healthy foods. So that would probably be my thing. It's like green, healthy foods. You brought me some green juice. Yeah.
It's always just so hard to eat backstage too, though.
For you?
Well, no, just...
not for me. Me and the kids. We'll pick out
there's
backstage.
usually, you're usually on a freaking sofa trying to eat on a coffee table,
A little side table
or something. So it's always tough. But, for the most part, most clubs treat me great. And I know that if I ask for something, they'll do it. And they're always very kind to me.
Actually, which club? Is it the Ontario club that brings out like a huge, awesome charcuterie board? Fruit and cheese spread and nuts and dried fruit. And...
we tear that thing up.
Yeah, that one's
we
good.
love that.
Good cheeses, yeah.
But I don't know, Rick. I don't know if I were to... I do know that at one point, Bill Cosby had gotten so big that in his contract was jet fuel. So you had to pay him I think you had to pay him $150,000. And then there was another $30,000 on top of that for jet fuel.
Well, that's interesting. If he's covering the cost of the private jet, it's like a way to split up the cost of your travel. I actually think that's creative on his agent's part or whoever is negotiating his contract.
I do get travel money.
But that's what I mean.
So that's
it's
basically
just
his travel money.
Yeah.
But for it to be in the contract as jet fuel, you're like, holy crap, right? So I would love to get there. Where I'm like, oh, don't forget the jet fuel, bitch. I need to fly back and forth.
Well, and then it's a very specific number, right? How much does it cost him to get from where he was to your venue?
He's like, I need jet fuel and Spanish fly. Can you make sure that there is Rohypnol in my writer? Was that Rohypnol? Is that the right word? I don't know. But how does Renae know? She's
terrible.
Like, yes, that's it.
No,
that's what I like.
I use it on you.
You know what's crazy about that? Like, I cannot believe, Rick, that, the drug Spanish fly.
I actually did not know that term. When you said it took me a while to realize what you were talking about.
Big term in the 70s.
I didn't know that until you said Rohypnol.
It was very, is Spanish fly Rohypnol basically? Or What is Spanish Fly? There is a song by the Beastie Boys, okay?
That makes a reference to Spanish Fly?
In Brass Monkey, it says, Slipper the Spanish Fly. Like, it basically says in the lyrics
I never caught that.
to Slipper the Spanish Fly.
Is it time to thank our sponsor, Steve
Yes.
Trevino? Old Salt Coffee. It's delicious. We drink it. It is in our cup. Trevino 10. Now I feel like we're talking about slipping something in coffee because we're talking about drinking and slipping things. Okay. Old Salt
Don't
Coffee.
even make me go there.
Old Salt. Oh my gosh, you had a dirty joke, didn't you?
I did.
set you up. Old Salt Coffee. Trevino 10 for the discount code. Old Salt Coffee. It's delicious. Yummy. Thank you. Who else, Steve?
Pick Cherries.
Pick Cherries. It is an app where you can clip out and share podcasts like ours. Download Pick Cherries.
The Green Room Studios, right here. If you want to record, hit us up. DST New Braunfels. Good guys over there. Amazing. Amazing trainers. Yep. All right. With that being said, I hope you heard most of this podcast. Maybe you didn't. Renae insisted that things got cut, not me. We'll see you next time.